find that Jesus Take the Wheel is one of the best Bible studies that I've ever done. I read a lot. I read 3 books a time. There's always 2 books on my nightstand, and I'll be in one, and I flip back and forth. And I've read many good books. But this book has made it really easy for me to apply the principles that I'm reading and learning about in my life. Because other books I may read and then I can't find ways to personally apply them. And in this book, the author actually shares his life and his testimony and then gives you little tidbits at the end of the chapter on how to apply that principle to your life.
I think that Jesus Take the Wheel is a good book for a believer. I, being a believer for over 20 years, just felt that it was a good practical guide to help me go back to those areas that maybe I've forgotten about, didn't think about, and it was great to reflect on those areas so that, that I could reflect on, all right, where's the Lord in my life at this point? Are there some areas that maybe I need to touch up on that I haven't been aware of? And I think it was good in that sense. And that's kind of how I felt about it as being a believer for so long.
Jesus Take the Wheel, I think, does a great job in not only showing us what the priority should be in our life, but breaking it down step by step so it's easy to follow. I think we all understand that it's important to read the Bible and follow its ways, but Jesus Take the Wheel breaks it down to us and asks us certain questions in the GPS, which is, makes you think a lot more, makes you really understand the Word of God a little closely, and then follow that through in your life every day.
From the first page, you just start to grow with the Lord. I can't even imagine why the Lord chose me to start reading this book now, because I have a lot of books at home that I really would like to read. I just knew right from the beginning, the Lord spoke to me and said, Carmen, I need you and I want you to read this book. And so I signed up, and when I got it home, I wasn't supposed to start reading it for 2 days, and it just sat there in my hand, and I was like, I want to start reading it, but I said I wouldn't read it until Monday. But when I opened up the book and I started reading the first chapter and I had to stop, I was very disappointed. I wanted to keep reading, because it was an adventure that I've been waiting a lifetime to read.
I think the one thing that the Lord has really spoken to me in reading Let Jesus Take the Wheel is really having a deeper walk with Him every moment of every day. Where throughout the day I'm just, reaching out to Him and praying and seeking His will for little things. Maybe it's a phone call I need to make in work. Maybe it's an email I need to send. Just really relying on the Lord every moment of every day. That's really what I'm trying to develop in my own walk, with the Lord. And that's kind of the attitude that I approached this whole project with in committing myself to let Jesus take the wheel. But really just having that deeper walk every moment of every day and not relying on my own abilities. So many times we do that. We think that we know what's best, but it may not necessarily be the Lord's will. I think by just seeking the Lord throughout those little moments throughout the day, I think that's so important in really letting Jesus take the wheel and just demonstrating that He's in control and that we're not relying on our own abilities.
You should read Jesus Take the Wheel, because it's going to bring you to a new level. You're going to come into that new relationship. When you first became a Christian, you know how on fire you were for the Lord? You know that love that was burning? Well, Jesus Take the Wheel is going to bring you there. It's going to take you to that another level. You're going to receive from Him more than you could ever imagine. Jesus Take the Wheel.